Tonight, this blunt warning.
This virus will just come back.
From one of the doctors charged with leading the global response to the coronavirus.
It will come back very loudly, roaring, and it will cause further distress.
David Nabarro of the World Health Organization says without a unified global plan, the pandemic will only get worse.
Is the United States meeting the conditions you just described of locking down, effectively unlocking carefully?
Well, I very much hope that the United States, during the coming weeks, will undertake the release of lockdown in an extremely careful and controlled way.
The new warning comes as the US is set to pull an estimated $300 million from the global organization.
I just wish that political leaders could understand now is not the time to do this. Don't threaten the organization. Don't take away its money. Don't demonize it. Instead, give us the space to do the work that has to be done.
President Trump tweeting over the weekend that China pays only a tiny fraction of America's contributions. The president considering cutting the funding by 90%, matching China. The WHO's annual meeting this week set to descend into damaging disagreements. America has threatened not to take part, calling on China to agree to an international investigation into the origins of the coronavirus, which China has rejected. Tomorrow, heads of state will address the World Health Organization by video. Tonight, it's not clear if there'll even be an American delegation to perhaps the most important meeting in the organization's history and the most divided.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.